When we started looking out for our Expedition Mobile, we already started also having our first experiences in getting trucks into the mud. So here is my first drive ever in the mud with a truck. This is an MAN Cat 1, which is the military vehicle of the German Bundeswehr. We are here going through a puddle and then a quite steep hill and down that hill again. The first time ever driving more than 7.5 tons. This is a crazy moment. We are now on top. We can't see what is below us, and then the truck is just moving forward down there. This is a different truck doing the same thing, so you can get an idea on how steep this one has been. As we are here on the Abenteuer Allrad, some other vehicles have been driving along there, so we can just see how they are doing here this quite hard angle around the corner. Now up to our second drive into the mud. This time this is a dedicated place for such off-road challenges. We are once again driving an MAN Cat 1, so the same one as we did on Abenteuer Allrad, but this time it's really dedicated to us and we have a much longer parcours to do. So the first thing is, look at this hill. Isn't it steep? Yeah. If you stand directly in front of it, you won't even have trouble to walking upside. But with that truck, you just hit the accelerator and you get up there.
Also, das ist schon sehr ausgefahren. Das bremst ihn halt im Vortrieb nochmal richtig aus.
Ja, aber große SUVs fahren, man die hier ziemlich großen Wohnwagen, richtig großen.
Ja.
Da gäbe es aber keine Auswahl. Es gab nur genau dieses eine elektrische Auto, das sie noch ziehen darf von der Größe.
Ja, dann schwenkt die Sache schon ein.
Look at all the rocks and the puddles and the bad weather in general, so it's really muddy, slippery, but the MAN Cat 1 has no problem at all. So we're going here up some rocks. And once again, this is a steep incline, but we are now not only going the steep incline, but we are also going it around the corner.
Ja, natürlich. Also, die brechen ja auch jedes Mal wieder. Die Bruchkanten sind natürlich scharf. Wenn man dann irgendwo fährt und ewig lang die Räder durchtrennen lässt, ist die Chance, dass es einem irgendwo die Seitenwand kaputt macht, schon da. Ja, und rechts halten noch ein bisschen. Ja. Ja, ganz da hoch, aber dass wir uns am Außenrand halten.
Ja, jetzt muss ich ganz schön zu der Arbeit machen.
Ja, also ohne Sperre wird das dann halt nichts mehr.
Oh ja, jetzt wieder richtig.
Wieder raus, den rechten, und wir fahren rechts rum, dass wir den und dann auf das Plateau oben drauf gerade durch.
Everyone who goes up also needs to go down, so we are on our way down from the uppermost point, and you can see there's a small gorge which will go down into another puddle. Yeah, once again, muddy, slippery, everything in there. So going down there, and the opposite direction we are going up again.
Ja, das dauert immer. Man denkt, optisch ist man schon über das Hindernis drüber, dann kommt erst die Achse. Jawohl.
Da wieder.
Ja, hier sind natürlich viele Steine, die hier rauskommen. Und da geht es dann links die große weiter. Wenn wir hier drüber sind, geht es für uns rechts. Auf das Containerhäuschen zu, auf das graue von der.
Über den Hügel.
Jawohl.
And to give you a feeling, this is how an MAN Cat 1 looks like, the one we just drove. And now we are playing with the big ones. We are in an off-road event from the company Krug. Krug is building those expedition vehicles. And we see here some examples. So in the very beginning we just saw an Artego, and now we have two of the bigger rims. And we will drive at least one of them. So let's just see here this beautiful 3XL1. Now from another perspective, this is the so-called Rhino, an Artego, Mercedes Artego. This is the one we will be driving, also in a longer version than that. And then we have here another Mercedes. This time it's an Arox and it's called Rosie, and I think it had one of the most beautiful livery of all trucks I've seen so far. Everybody who has seen it was just in love with it. And in the end, as already seen in the beginning, here comes our 3XL major one. We in fact are aiming for a 2XL one for the best in between, having enough size to live but also being maneuverable. So, stage one. There's a small lake, or a middle-sized lake here on this area, and we are simply driving through. It's hard to see on the camera how deep the water is in some places, but we are just driving through it as if there would be nothing. By the way, for the majority of those clips with us driving the Mercedes Artego with the cabin called Rhino, Saskia's driving. So I'm the one holding the camera. I did the same too, but while she was driving, I was able also to film it. Just see all the water, the wheel is full of the water. We are driving it as if it would be nothing. So after this clean lake, we are now coming into a very muddy area, and you can see here there's a quite deep puddle. It's much deeper than what we have seen before. Our wheels basically are fully covered in the mud at the end of the strip. And this is the same looking from the outside when someone else was driving the same truck, also the Mercedes Artego with the Rhino cabin attached to it. You can maybe get a better feeling how deep the wheels are going down into the mud. Now it's time for our first deep incline. This hill, once again hard to see on camera, is quite high, and we are going up there to the highest point of the whole track. See the beautiful parkour we are going to drive through in a few seconds. Now we are going down quite steep, and at the lowest point we will then go up again. This is really steep, so our differential locks are now being engaged. That's the reason why we are waiting here to get everything up and running, and only with differential locks on we can get up to this steep mountain. Look how high we are. A final climb on the track, and then we have a hard ride at the top. And this is the same one, but now seen from the outside when someone else is driving it once again with the same truck than we have been driving.
Das ist jetzt der Rhino, der XL. Der Krug selbst gehört, glaube ich. Der kommt hier hoch. Oh.
There's it coming. And back down we go. while we are going down, once again have a nice look at the whole driving area, at the background to see all the hills where we have been previously up. Look at the concrete in front of us. It's to the left and to the right, so you can get a feeling how much work the truck has to do now. You get a feeling here if you just look at the wheels, but even better if you look at the cabin, which is working on the frame. So just look at how it's getting to the left and the right all the time, so that the whole truck is working to get over this obstacles. And once again, we do have also a view from the outside when someone else was driving the same part. Last but not least, a view on the Rhino going down a steep mountain, and you can maybe get a feeling how much work the brakes and all the stuff has to do. That's it. See you on the next video. Bye.